I'm Lisa, and I'm the mom half of this duo.
And I'm Shada. I'm Lisa's daughter. And welcome to Two Peas in a Plot, our little corner of the internet where we talk all things books.
We read across genres and love everything from underrated gems to longtime favorites.
And just a quick heads up while we try to avoid spoilers, we do talk about what we liked or didn't, so there might be a few light spoilers along the way just to give you some context.
So if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the plot. Welcome back, everyone. Our book today is called The Guncle by Steven Rowley, published in 2021. This is considered a temporary fiction, so different from my favorite genre of mysteries. But this was really good. I've been wanting to read this. I checked it out from the library. This book explores grief, family, and healing with a lot of laughter and funny moments. I think it was more, I never really had laughter, but a few giggles and funny moments. It wasn't a tearjerker to me, but it did make my eyes well up. I think if I really thought about it, I might get choked up. But basically, the Guncle is for gay uncle, and that's Patrick. And Patrick's friend and sister-in-law, they were one of the same, dies, and his brother has to immediately go into rehab. He can't handle it. He needs to get well for his children. And the rehab center is going to be in the state that Patrick lives in. And he lives in Palm Springs, which is the weather is really
It's very
nice. Yeah,
fancy.
very fancy. And he was an actor in a famous series, and he has since, I don't know if it's retired is the right word, but he's no longer in Hollywood. He moved far away from it for whatever reasons you come to find out later. But right now he's in Palm Springs, and he takes the kids, not wanting to take the kids. It's a boy and a girl, and he takes them over the summer, and it's Patrick and the children. They grieve and find joy and healing with one another. And that's to me the main part of the story is over the summer and the kids' relationship with Patrick and Patrick learning to relate to his niece and nephew. And that part is really sweet. The kids are going through their grief, but Patrick also has some unresolved feelings that he must deal with before he can move forward in his life and make changes that are needed to go forward. He's basically not, he's just going through life. He doesn't really associate with anybody. He's not on any social media, which is kind of funny. That's one of the funny moments because Maisie, I think, is the older, she is obviously of the two, and she gets him on YouTube. And it's just sweet. It's a very sweet, heartfelt book, but it is sad when reading certain parts. But other parts made me giggle too. I recommend the read, but it may be upsetting for those who have dealt with similar situations and you're not ready to go through that. I haven't had a similar situation, but just kind of they were three siblings. There's a sister there too. I'm the exact same. I have two brothers. One has passed away. So it kind of brought that feeling up. So you have to decide if you want to pick the book up and how you're feeling about grief in general. And
It
some of
it
the,
looks really cute.
it is
Like,
super cute.
and then it also looks like this is maybe the beginning of a series or at least like a duology or a trilogy or something.
I think the second book would be happier because you've already dealt with the mom and his good friend dying. And I
So
think they go to Europe. That's
he
the second
was
one. Hmm.
best friends with their mom,
Hmm.
and the mom was also married to his brother.
Yeah, Patrick met,
Okay.
and her name escapes me, and because it's a library book, I can't quite look it up on the top of my head, but she, her and Patrick were friends, I want to say in college, but they were really good friends. And basically he felt he kind of lost her to his brother.
Oh, wow.
which
So
is
there's a lot of
normal.
stuff
Yeah.
wrapped up in there. Okay.
Yeah. He lost his friend and they were really close. But then he also escaped going to visit her when she was dying. She's dying of cancer.
Oh, so he
So,
feels guilty about that.
and then he has a relationship with Joe. I don't think they were ever married or anything, but they live together, and there's some heartache there that he has to deal with, which I won't go into too much because that's part of the story that you learn more about. So he deals with stuff, and the kids deal with stuff, and then Grant is younger, so he never acts out too much. You know, he's more into being with Patrick as a daddy temporarily, and Maisie kind of acts out towards the end, but it's not, it's to be expected. But it's really cute, really cute. The neighbors, they get to know a little better, and they have a party. They stay up late and then they sleep late. They What I thought was really sweet, and which I'd love to do because I love swimming, as you know, and they have a pool, and they go float. They have certain floats that they sit on, and at night they look up in the sky because I guess Palm Springs is, out in the desert. There's not a lot of lighting everywhere, and he lives in a hoity-toity gated community, but they can see all the stars and they watch the meteors, and it just sounds really sweet what they do.
I'm looking up Palm Springs to see. Wow. That looks so pretty. Oh my
I
goodness.
drove through it, and when I first moved out here, my car broke down
Oh, in Palm
in Palm
Springs?
Springs. Yeah.
That's a nice place for it.
Yeah, it was,
Oh my God.
but not a lot of, at that time in the, what did I come out in the 80s? Not a lot of places to fix your car on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's true everywhere. Well, because especially in the 80s, but wow. I'm looking at a picture. There are like the desert mountains in the background, and then it's just green,
Hmm.
which if it's in the desert, how much water is going into that probably shouldn't be going into that? Like the city, I'm assuming, has to irrigate somehow. That's not important. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the ecological
I
ramifications of
think they
keeping this
do,
place green.
I think the landscape is more, you call it xeriscape? Where it's more,
Zeroscape?
is that what it's called? Where it's more rocks and cactus and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
xeriscape? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
I don't know if pronunciation
No,
is
you're right. Xeriscape. I think that's it.
xeriscape.
I like Zeroscape too.
Xeriscape, no
Xeriscape,
landscape.
yeah. But the pictures I'm looking at are probably like colorized. They've got
Hmm.
some color filter on them, but that is so green for like this picture over here. Look at how green that is
Oh, wow.
in the
That is
mountains.
green. It's gorgeous.
It's so pretty. Yeah. That this seems like the perfect place for
Well, and what they said, one of the things that they did was they got bikes. And he said he had to do some activities with the kids. So he bought them bikes and they would go bike riding in the morning because it was so hot. It was like over 100 degrees. So that's why they'd take a nap because they get up late, go bike ride, come back, have lunch. And he called it, I thought it was so cute. Lunch and breakfast was brunch, but lunch and supper was lupper because it's the L for lunch and
that's
upper
really
for supper.
cute.
So he would name different things for the kids. And I think if this really happened, what a great opportunity for the kids to just get away from that feeling. But then they were dreading going back home, to not having their mom there. But it was really sweet, really sweet. Even talking about it gets me a little teary eyed or a little emotional talking about it. I just really enjoyed the book and I'm glad I read it. even though it was sad. But all I did was read a genre next that just took me back away from that grief. Because it just brings up feelings who you've lost in your life. And you want a happier book after that. Even though it was sweet and
Well,
heartwarming.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try not to do another TED Talk here, but I think that's the power of really good fiction, connecting with it, connecting with it and making you feel something, and also making you. That's some English for today.
That's my
But
English. I get it.
actually, I think that might be grammatically correct. It's just not very elegant. But also having it kind of bring out these feelings of like you can relate to it in your own life and you can kind of pull that. It's very cathartic, I think.
I think sometimes you have to go through that to every now and then. It's just something that you go through. You miss those people at certain times. Or maybe not even the people, maybe a certain time in your life that you can't recreate anymore. That's all we have for you today. I again, I highly recommend the book The Guncle by Steven Rowley. And we appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks for being here and talking books with us.
And if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the plot with us. And we'll see you in the next chapter. Bye, y'all.
Bye.